Hi, everybody, and welcome to SASoccerMag.com. I'm Kevin Ferguson, otherwise known as the Money Man. Got DJ Dylan Johnson with me. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's we're going to try and unpack the Premier League. I know we're a couple weeks out, 2.5 weeks out from it kicking off, and I'm really excited about it this year. And we're going to try and... It's a very interesting league this year, because it's not... You don't start with a 1.3 for Man City to win. After Man City's implosion last year, you've actually got Liverpool that are favored to win the Premier League,
No, I think Arsenal and Man City are also close behind. It's the first time we've had three relatively similar betting odd favorites that I can remember, probably in 10 years.
Yeah, have Arsenal done enough to quiet the critics with bringing in someone that can score?
They are paying for a striker. It just depends on how he adapts to the Premier League. But I think they've ticked the box. Their fans should be happy. Statistically looks good. But it just... The risk when you buy a player outside the Premier League and not in the Bundesliga or Serie A or La Liga is, will they adapt?
Well, the Premier League is a tough league, isn't it? I mean,
yeah. But it should be fine. All the flags are there. I'm hoping for Arsenal that they can do well.
The almost club, I call them. Do you see
Arsenal.
them? Yeah. Who do you see winning the league this year? Let's go through that. Who's winning?
I think Liverpool will win the league. I think Liverpool are making good enough additions. Their squad is strong enough. And I think it's exciting because we don't really know how Arne Slot's going to play this season. But with the targets that they've bought, with the players they're still interested in, with the base they have...
And they've spent a lot of money in the transfer window, haven't they?
But they've been buying elite, top quality players that are ready to perform now and still get better. So it's a very exciting time to be a Liverpool fan, I reckon.
Yeah, you can hardly contain your excitement. Huh? Calm down. Then, who is finishing second to Liverpool?
I am torn.
Because I agree. Liverpool are going... I would have to put the money on them at 2.95 to win. Arne Slot was incredible last year. I don't think they're going to miss the lad that went to Real Madrid.
Trent.
Trent Alexander. Someone else will come in and that'll be fine. Who are you picking second?
I am torn between this. I think... Arsenal, it is their favorite position, so they might lock it down again. But Man City, I think they've, over the past 6 months, spent like 300 million.
Yeah.
Pep doesn't mess around. When he's down, he gets back up straight away. So I'm putting Man City second, but I still think there are problems there. They have to get away from this over-reliance on Rodri. And I think this season they're going to try to do that.
Yeah.
The drop-off when he doesn't play is just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense for one player to be so important. He is that good, and it happens.
Yeah.
It's like if Liverpool lose Mo Salah, that is a large portion of their quality gone.
Yeah, massive.
But
I'm glad he's playing there.
I think Pep's going to tweak something this season. I think Haaland's going to be better. They've got enough. I think they're going to be better at feeding him this season as opposed to last season.
Yeah.
So I see City getting back up there. I don't know if they're quite going to be as elite as they were, but I just have a feeling that the signings they've made, they'll probably still make more as well.
Probably.
Pep is there. They should be back second at least.
Yeah, that's interesting. You make that call because to me, I see this as I see Arsenal finishing second. Yeah. It's like you say, they lock in. They missed a second place. Their signing's not too bad, but there's still a chasm between them and Liverpool. But I think that Man City will push Arsenal close for second. I have Liverpool at 76 points, Arsenal around 73, and Man City 69.
Really, for first, second, third?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a high. I think if Liverpool sign the players they want to sign, if they get an Isak, I see Liverpool breaking 90 points. I definitely think that. And I think Arsenal, now that they've got a striker, with City strengthening all over, getting some fresh legs into midfield, I could see them, Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool getting above 80. Liverpool 90, Arsenal, City closing that. I don't know.
Yeah. Who's fourth? Is there anybody?
I've gone Chelsea.
Yeah,
but
I know you have.
There's another, again, it's going to be extremely competitive because Chelsea have definitely made a jump up over the past year or the past 6 months even. They've signed some great players again, young players, but players that are making an impact, players that improve their quality.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of some deadwood. So, again, Chelsea, the top four is going to be, I think, pretty tight. I don't see Chelsea dropping off for 2-3 months like they did last season. I think this season is going to be about more consistency for them, and I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and they won the World
Club
Cup,
World Cup.
World Cup. So it's an interesting thing looking at someone like Chelsea, where are they going to go from there? Because they're immaculate in the World Cup, and they had their moments in the Premier League. So, I mean, as a Leeds fan as I am, I'm always that we'll be in a relegation battle all year. And that's where my focus will go. But when you're looking at the upper echelon of the Premier League, you want to see a tight race, don't you? I mean, you want to see it. So I hope Chelsea can bring something. Who's number 5?
This is where I'm kind of stumped. I think from 5th to about 15th, there's ridiculous quality in the Premier League. I've gone for Spurs, a little wild card there. Because I think Thomas Frank is a great manager. I think the signings they're wanting to make are positive. I think their squad already was good enough. I think in Andrew's first season, they were really good.
Yeah.
But last season, they did have an injury crisis. They were playing 18-year-old midfielders at centre-back.
Yeah.
So you got to give them some room to improve. I think last season, they scored 60-something goals. Only 5 or 6 teams scored more goals than them in the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's just their defense was absolutely terrible. So
you think they're going to finish ahead of a team like Aston Villa?
I think they might just edge it. But I can't really separate pretty much the next 5 teams I've picked, to be honest. It's just Russian roulette.
Well, I find it interesting with chatting about football and not mentioning the Man Uniteds of the world in the
they
top 5.
They can wait a bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, shambolic.
Yeah. They don't come up for another couple. I can say that much.
No, look, I like your Tottenham pick. I think 5th or 6th for them. I like Aston Villa. Then you have the Brightons, the Brentfords, the Fulhams, the Nottinghams, Crystal Palace, Everton. And then you have someone like a Man United and Newcastle. I mean, it's like Newcastle a couple of seasons ago finished 2nd, I think, didn't they?
I think they finished 3rd or 4th.
They made
the Champions League.
They were in the Champions League. Now they're like you're not even talking about them because they're selling off some of their stars. Same with Bournemouth. Bournemouth have given up, shipped out 3 or 4 players. Because they did so well last year, they got a lot of attention, and 3 of their players are gone. So how will that impact a 9th place team? It's not a cheeky. It's a cheeky bet, but you can get 9 or 10 to 1 on Bournemouth being relegated. That'd be music to my ears as a Leeds fan, because I think unfortunately when you look at the Sunderland, Leeds. And was it Burnley that came up? What investments have they made? Have they made enough to just stay up? Who else is going to get sucked into that relegation thing? It's who knows? But I mean, I think that you're looking at a team like Sunderland that hasn't invested. You're looking at a team like Burnley definitely going down. Leeds and Ellen Road. I'd probably have to put them as being relegated as well, unless someone implodes very early on, and like Bournemouth. But it's going to be tough for those teams to stay up.
Yeah, no, I mean the fact that Spurs ended 17th last season just shows you the quality with the players they have. The Premier League is maybe there wasn't the supreme title race everyone wanted, but from second below was ridiculously competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, Newcastle qualified for the Champions League, I think, on goal difference. So, and there was probably a couple points separating them and 11th place.
Yeah.
So it really is a complete gamble.
And so
you
see what you're seeing is Liverpool running away with this year.
No. I think last year they did. I don't know. It's tough to say. There have been a lot of changes. As much as they've improved, like quality-wise, there's still a lot of changes that are being made. And the reason I think Liverpool did so well last season was that the squad was a well-oiled machine. Slot had to come in and tweak a few things, but the players were there. They were established. The system was there.
Yeah.
I think now this season it's going to be a lot of changes, personnel-wise, which means they need time to adapt. I don't know. I don't see Liverpool running away with it by 15, 20 points, but I could see them having a healthy enough lead that they win.
Yeah. Look, I hope it's very competitive. I hope it's comes down to the end of the season. But I still, like you say, I agree with you on Liverpool's assessment that they're just such quality, and they bought, like you said, they bought some elite players that are going to make them an impact the moment they come into the team. Where do you think Man United's going to finish?
So I've gone for...
Not that I care.
Yeah, I think I've gone for 11th.
Yeah?
I originally, I think, put them at 9th, but then I looked at some of the teams that I left out, like Brighton, Brentford, Nottingham Forest, Fulham.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, Man United are not better than those teams. I think they've made 2 good signings in Mbeumo and Cunha, but I think so many more changes need to be made. They don't have the personnel to the way Ruben Amorim wants to play. They have so many players they need to get rid of before they can even do anything.
Yeah.
There's just it's the change room isn't sitting right. And I think there will be an improvement compared to last season. I think that with more time, Amorim will settle and the players will, be able to adapt more. But I still think Andre Onana isn't good enough at goalkeeper. I think they rely too much on Bruno Fernandes.
Look, I think the reality is, as a Man United fan, you've got to accept that they are a mid-level. Unfortunately, because you want to bring them into the conversation every time as a team that is superior. But you can't. They're just not. You're not talking about a European place. But they may punch above their weight. Certainly,
I think they're still Man United at the end of the day, so you can't rule them out completely. And I think finishing in the Conference League for Man United would be a great achievement for them this season. Just considering, like I said, that means they've beaten out Aston Villa, Newcastle, Forest. These guys that are competing now for the Champions League, on top of the top 5 that are already there. So you take your foot off the pedal for one season, and what happens to Man United? You drop down into the abyss, basically. The abyss.
Nice word.
So I don't know where they're going to come. I don't know how they're going to come back. They need more signings. Amorim needs more time, but I think it's so competitive that it's going to take a massive improvement for them to end anywhere near the top 4.
Do you see any surprise teams? Do you see any team that has a potential to overachieve?
I think last season we saw quite a few of those.
Nottingham Forest, for sure.
Yeah, Forest, Brentford, Bournemouth. Crystal Palace won a trophy.
Yeah.
Thing is, there's been a lot of changes in all those teams now. Like, I think you mentioned already, 2 of Bournemouth's best players have already been signed.
3.
Or another one. Basically, of their starting back 4, 2 have already left. One is potentially leaving. Brentford, manager's been taken. Their best forward's been taken. Their second best forward is probably leaving to go to Newcastle. Then Brighton definitely could. Brighton could definitely. But they've been consistently up there for a couple of years now. Forest, another interesting one. They definitely tailed off at the end of last season. They've lost one of their better attackers. Chris Wood's getting a year older. Will he be able to do it again? Like, how reliant will they be on him? Palace, I'm not sure. I think this season we'll see more of a return to like the previous status quo of like the top 6, 7 established teams being in there.
Yeah.
Just because I think also Forest with the demands of playing in Europe, Palace with the demands of playing in Europe, they don't have the squad sizes to maintain a push and then play in those competitions.
So do you have the odds for top goal scorer for Golden Boot?
I think, to be honest, the Golden Boot between Haaland, Mo Salah, Isak, I think those are the front runners, basically the top three from last season.
Well, it'll be interesting because if Isak signs for Liverpool, he'll certainly get a share of goals, won't he?
I think next season maybe Salah his goals will come down, his assists will go up. But also now Liverpool, he doesn't have to score 60% of Liverpool's goals.
No.
There's a lot more of a threat. So a well-rounded threat. So
yeah, I think that Mo Salah had such an exceptional year last year, such an exceptional year that there has to be some regression.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I mean, he was on fire, right? So I see Haaland scoring more goals. Isak, depending on where he ends up, I see scoring more goals. So and I'd look at those odds. Did you find them?
So Haaland is 6-5 or 6/5.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Basically, they're saying he's going to get the Golden Boot essentially.
Yeah, and
then it's Mo Salah on 4-1.
Yeah.
Isak on 7-1.
Yeah.
Ekitike on 12-1 doesn't make sense. I don't see that happening. Cole Palmer 16. João Pedro 16. Some have 14. But
so not much money on that. I mean, I wouldn't touch Salah at 4-1. He's certainly a better proposition for me than
Haaland. Some even have him listed at just straight up 1.
Yeah, even money.
So
let's see where Isak goes before we lay any money on Golden Boot.
No, and see if Arsenal do sign Gyökeres. Yeah. Again, that's another player that scored. I think it was 92 goals in 100 games for Sporting.
Not bad.
So there's like 5 or 6 potential options there.
Yeah, but there's there's only one Portuguese guy that's done well coming over to the Premier League, isn't there?
Definitely not Darwin Nunez.
No, I mean Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo, yeah.
Not Darwin Nunez. No, Liverpool, Man United have spent lots of money. It's not like they haven't bought good players. They just didn't fit into whatever is going on there,
I think,
maybe they bought every millennial person with problems out there, I don't know.
Spending too much time on their phone and not enough time on the pitch.
Too much time like this, taking pictures after a loss.
Look, I play for Man United.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine the dressing room with who's the guy, the Irishman?
Roy Keane.
Could you imagine Roy Keane
would not be
in a millennial dressing room? He'd fucking go ballistic, The HR, you're right, would have so much complaints,
He actually would end up having to pay United for all the fines he'd get from beating people up or something, probably.
Yeah, I'd love him to. Because he's so unashamedly himself, when he was awarded the top honor for playing football. He said, "Well, I was playing football. That's what I do." It's like giving the award. It's like giving an award to a postman for delivering letters. That's what he fucking does. So I find it insulting and embarrassing. I just couldn't. He's hilarious.
He is.
He's never short of drama and stuff like that. But so we think that. The teams that got relegated are the obvious choices to go down. They haven't spent a lot of money. There's, it'd be nice if Leeds don't, because it'd be nice to avoid the drop. And we think Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal are gonna
buy out.
Yeah,
and
Chelsea's the unknown with that run at the Soccer Club World Cup. And they impressed in the second half of the season last year as well. So it should be one hell of a season. I can't wait till it kicks off. Really looking forward to doing some bets and getting people to make some money from this year's Premier League. Soccer betting is difficult, but we'll make it a nice experience for you. Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Cheers.